Good morning, dear candidates. My name is Sharad. We are here in this particular session to know around how to attempt or start the assessment on Metal platform and the Metal Secure browser. I'll take you through the complete step-by-step process on how to download and install the Metal Secure browser and attempt your exam on the Metal Secure browser. So first of all, I need to inform you that you will be receiving, as a candidate, you will be receiving an email from Study in India like this, an invitation email like this, where you will be having your name on the top, and then the details of the examination, like the assessment name, mock test, the duration of this particular assessment. After that, on this particular email, you will be having a system compatibility link. On receiving this particular invitation email, you are supposed to check the system with this particular link, which is provided on the test invitation email. Then, through this link, you will be able to check whether your system is compatible to take the test or not. After that, on this particular email, you will have the information around the test schedule, like test date, start date, and the start time of this particular assessment. On the schedule date and time, you have to start your exam. After that, on this particular email, you will have a start test button, using which you will be able to start the actual exam on the schedule date and time, which is mentioned over here. Then after that, on this particular email, you will be having a link to download the Metal Secure browser. So this particular link, the test, which is written here on this particular screen, that this test can only be taken on Metal Secure browser. Please click here. So this particular click here button you need to use to download and install the Metal Secure browser. Okay. So this is the way you may go ahead and download the browser, Metal Secure browser, or you can also download the Metal Secure browser by checking your system compatibility. When you will be checking your system compatibility, there you will be having an option to download the Metal Secure browser on your computer to take the test. Also, this particular guide will help you out to install the Metal Secure browser on your computer. Next, once you have received this particular email, this particular invitation email, you just need to check or make sure that you have the minimum requirement to attempt a test on the Metal Secure browser. So these are a few requirements, system requirements, which will help you out taking the assessment without any issues on Metal Secure browser or the Metal platform. So the first requirement you have to make sure to fulfill is the system. So system means either you have a laptop or a desktop which is required with a proper functional camera and microphone. So that means whenever you are trying to start or you're trying to attempt the exam, you just need to make sure to attempt the exam either on a laptop or a desktop which has a working camera and a microphone. Okay. Then, in order to start or in order to attempt the exam on Metal Secure browser, you need to make sure that you are using a Windows operating system, which is equivalent to Windows 7 or above, like Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10. So you need to make sure that while you are attempting the assessment on Metal Secure browser, you are using a Windows operating system, which is Windows 7 or above. Mac users, you will be receiving another different email from Study in India, which is compatible for Mac users, and you do not have to download or install the Metal Secure browser on that particular. system, like Mac operating system. Then after the operating system, you have to make sure that you have a stable internet connection with a concurrent bandwidth of at least 512 kbps. So you need to make sure that you have a stable internet connection at your end while you're attempting the assessment. Then, in order to start the exam on Middle Secure Browser, to install or to start with the process, you must have the latest version of either Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox in order to initiate with the exam. So either Google Chrome browser or the Mozilla Firefox browser must be there in your system while you're attempting or while you're starting the exam. In order to install the next requirement to install the Metal Secure browser is to deactivate or disable the antivirus of your computer, antivirus and firewall of your computer. So these are some requirements which needs to be fulfilled before you start the actual exam. Okay. So once you have received the invitation email on your computer, on your email or inbox, and you have made sure that the system requirements are fulfilled, you need to open the email which you have received and click on the system check system compatibility, check whether your system is compatible to take the test or not. So in order to check your system compatibility, you need to click on the system compatibility link, the check system compatibility link, which will check whether your system is compatible or not. So you just need to click on this check system compatibility link, and it will start like this on your computer when you click on the system compatibility link. As I told you earlier, that there are two methods using which you will be able to download the Metal Secure browser. One is the click here button, which will be available in the invitation email, which will be received by you. And the other option you have to, when you are checking the system compatibility, you have this particular screen in front of you where you have the option to download the Metal Secure browser from this particular button given on this particular page. So this particular message will appear in front of you where it's written that, do you have MSP installed in your system? In case if you don't have the Metal Secure browser installed, you can download it from here. And in case if you have Metal Secure browser installed on your computer, you may go ahead and click on the proceed test button. So once you are on this particular page, you just, in order to download the Metal Secure browser, you just need to click on the download MSP button. It will start initiating the process of downloading the Metal Secure browser, and it will download the Metal Secure browser application on your system. And it will take some time as it's a file of 62 MB. Once it's downloaded, you just need to click on this particular file which has been downloaded on your computer. But before installing the Metal Secure browser, you need to make sure of two things. Like, first of all, the antivirus of your computer must be in the disabled state. The firewall of your computer must be in the disabled state, and your Windows operating system which you are using, that is Windows 10, Windows 7, must be in the updated state. So check whether your Windows operating system is up to date or not. You just need to click on the start icon or the Windows icon on the bottom left corner of your screen. Once you have clicked on the once you have clicked on the start icon, you just need to type Windows update. So this particular page will appear, or window will appear in front of you, where it will, or the system will check whether the Windows operating system you are using is up to date or not. So it will take some time. So I would request you, prior to the actual exam, you need to make sure that you have checked each and every requirement at your end before starting the actual exam. Okay. So while the system is checking the updates, Like as you can see on my system, there are updates available. So you need to download the updates. Okay. So now once you have updated your operating system, you just need to install the Metal Secure browser. So to install the Metal Secure browser, you need to click on this particular icon, which or the file which you have downloaded. And once you have clicked on the application, it will open the process, or it will start the process of Metal Secure browser installation. On this particular page, the first thing you will get the end user license terms, like the terms and conditions to download the Metal Secure browser. In order to install it on your computer, you just need to agree the license terms and conditions. To agree or to install the Metal Secure browser, you need to click on this particular checkbox, which is available on this particular window. Once you have clicked on the particular checkbox, the install button will be highlighted. So in order to install the MSP or the Metal Secure browser on your computer, you need to click on the install button. So once you have clicked on the install button, the process to install the Metal Secure browser will be initiated on your system. So this is how you will be able to install the Metal Secure browser on your computer. So let's complete, and just need to follow the instructions on the screen in case it will ask for any instructions or for any step to follow. So once you have installed the Metal Secure browser, it will highlight that the installation successfully completed. You may close this particular window once you have installed it on your system. So once you have installed the Metal Secure browser on your computer, it will generate, or it will provide you an icon on the desktop like this. Okay, that means the Metal Secure browser is available, or has been downloaded, or has been installed on your computer successfully. Now you just need to go to the same window from where you have downloaded the Metal Secure browser and click on the proceed to test button. So once the MSP has been installed, you just need to click on the proceed to test button. It will take you to this particular page where you will find a few instructions in order to start your exam. So the instructions are very critical or crucial. You just need to go through the instructions where it's written. Once the test start, you will not be allowed to move out of the browser or open any new tab in it. If you try to do so, your test will get suspended. So that means you're not allowed to move out of the browser until and unless your test has been finished or you have attempted all the questions. Doing so may suspend or terminate your exam. Then the second instruction mentioned on this particular page is MSP will close all the currently running applications on your system. Kindly save your work accordingly. So that means once the MSP, the Metal Secure browser, will launch on your computer, it will automatically close all the running applications at your end on the computer. So would request you kindly close all the applications other than this particular browser on which you are taking the test, so that the test will be launched on the Metal Secure browser, because the Metal Secure browser will not allow you to open any third-party application or any other application while you are attempting the exam. So it will try to close the applications automatically. So once you have read the instructions, you just need to click on the launch test button. And once you have clicked on the launch test button, it will ask you for your consent, like this particular page, the test.metal.com, through which you are giving or you are attempting the exam, wants to open this particular applications. And there would be two different buttons. One is open MSB or cancel. So in case if you have any unsaved work on your computer, like if you are preparing any document or if you are reading any document and it's not saved, you just need to click on the cancel button and go ahead and save that work, so that you won't lose any important work or data at your end. Okay. So once you have saved all the documents, all the work you are doing, you just need to click on the launch test again and click on the open MSP button. Once you have clicked on the open MSP button, it will start initiating the MSP browser. That means the MSP browser will launch on your computer. But before the MSP will launch on your system, it will give a message that these many applications, as I told you, that the MSP browser will not allow you to open or run any application on your computer, which is not allowed. Okay. So as of now, on my system, these many applications are running, like Skype, Chrome, AnyDesk, Zoom. So the Zoom is running at my end, through which I am just recording this particular session. So I cannot go ahead and click on OK, because once I click on the OK button, the Zoom application will end automatically. Sometimes what happens, the applications which will be mentioned on this particular pop-up. So first of all, the MSP automatically try to close each and every application, but somehow or sometime the Metal Secure browser won't be able to close the applications automatically. So what you need to do in that particular case, you just need to open your Task Manager by clicking or by right clicking on the taskbar at the bottom, and on a pop or a window will appear in front of you where you will find multiple options. Out of those multiple options, you have to select the Task Manager option, and a window of Task Manager will be opened in front of you. From this particular window, you just need to choose those applications which are mentioned on this particular pop-up and click on that particular window. Like suppose I just need to close the Skype app. So I just need to find the Skype app. Like here, you can see the Skype app. And once you have selected the app, the particular app which you want to close, you just need to click on the End Task button. Okay, so the Skype app will be closed. Then you have AnyDesk on this particular system, on this particular session. We have AnyDesk running in the background. So here is the application. You just need to select the appropriate application and click on the End Task button. So once you have ended, or once you have closed all the applications, you just need to close the Task Manager and click on OK button. So OK button. Okay. So once you are done with all the activities where you have closed all the applications and you are through with the process of launching the MSP, Metal Secure browser, the system will launch the Metal Secure browser, and the first screen which you will get in front of you is this, where you will have to allow, the camera permissions. You have to allow the camera permissions, and the system will run or will attempt to access the camera and the microphone on your computer. Once the access will be provided automatically through the system, this particular page will be available on your computer, which says that looks great, the test will run just fine on your computer. That means the system is compatible to take the test which you are using right now. In case if you are not able to go through the webcam and microphone permissions, so there are two steps you have to follow. So first of all, if you are a Windows operating system or a Windows 7 user, if you are a Windows 7 user, in Windows 7, there is no pre-built or pre-installed application for camera. So in that scenario, you need to check your webcam and microphone functionality online. So to check the microphone and webcam functionality online on Windows 7, you just need to open your My Computer application or the folder. So once you have opened the My Computer app, the PC or the My Computer application, you just need to go to the C drive of your computer Under the C drive, you have multiple folders. Out of those folders, you have to select or open the program files or program files 86 folder, in which you will have again multiple folders under the program files, and you have to choose or you have to open the metal folder. So once you have opened the metal folder, you will have the MSB folder in it. You have to open the MSB folder. Then there are multiple folders and files in this particular folder, in the MSB folder. You just need to open the SEB Windows browser. Under the SEB Windows browser, you will have two different folders, and out of those two folders, you just need to open XUL runner. Under the XUL runner, there are again multiple files and folders. From these files and folders, you just need to open the Firefox file. So you just need to locate the Firefox browser file by pressing F key on your keyboard, and you will get the firefox.exe file on your screen. So just need to double click, or you just need to open this particular executable file. And once you have opened this executable file, the browser, the Mozilla Firefox browser, which is available in this particular folder, will be open in front of you. Now you just need to check, or you need to check the functionality, or the webcam or the microphone is functional or not. You just need to open the website, that is test.webrtc.org. So on this particular website, you will be able to check whether your webcam and microphone are working or not. So once you are on this particular website, and the first thing it will ask for your permission to allow or the devices, the webcam device and the microphone device. So just need to click on the share selected device. Once you have selected the device, or provided the access for the devices, you just need to click on the start button. So once you have clicked on the start button, it will again ask you for your permission to share the selected device. So first of all, the system or this particular website will check your microphone functionality. So in order to check the microphone functionality, you need to click on the share selected device, and it will start checking the microphone on your computer. In case there is a faulty microphone on your computer, or there might be a hardware or a software or a driver issue on your computer, it will highlight you that the microphone is faulty or the microphone is not working, and it will give you a red cross icon on this particular microphone functionality. In case if your microphone is working properly, the drivers are up to date, the Windows operating system you are using is up to date, then it will give you a right tick here instead of the red cross button, green right tick. That means your microphone is working properly. In case if it will give you a red cross icon, that means there might be an like malfunctioning in your microphone hardware or a driver. So you need to check your microphone functionality from here. Then to check the web camera on your computer, it will again ask you for the permission to share the selected device. Now it is the turn for the webcam. So you need to click on the share selected device, and it will start checking the webcam on your computer as well. Again, the same thing will happen, where it will check the webcam functionality, where if you are getting a red cross in front of the web camera, that means the webcam on your computer is not functional, or the drivers or the software of the web camera is not up to date. So you need to check the webcam and the microphone functionality from this particular website. Now, once you have checked that webcam and the microphone on your computer are working properly, you may go close this window. Otherwise, in case if you are getting this kind of picture or this kind of page in front of you, that means there's an issue with the microphone and the webcam on your computer, and you need to go ahead and check the same with the like a local technician, or you can use another system which may have a working webcam or a working microphone on your computer, on that particular computer. So once you have checked this particular functionality, microphone and webcam, you may close this window. So this is for the Windows 7 users. Now, in case if you are using Windows 8, Windows 10, so there's an application in pre-built or pre-installed application on your computer, which says to check your web camera. So in order to check the webcam and the microphone on your computer, you just need to click on the Windows icon on the bottom left corner and type camera. Once you have clicked on the, once you have typed the camera application, the application will run like this, and you will be able to check whether your webcam, or if you are able to see yourself in front of your camera, that means your camera is working absolutely fine. You may close this particular window once you have checked the webcam is working fine or not. Okay. Then in case if on this particular application, if you're not able to see yourself, then there might be some permissions issue where you have to provide the access of web camera and microphone. So how to do that? You just need to click on the Windows icon on the bottom left corner and type PRIVACY. So you need to just open the privacy settings of your computer. So privacy settings will have the app permissions, where you can provide the access or you can provide the permissions to access the camera and microphone. So on this particular page, you will have multiple options on the left hand side panel. You just need to select the app permissions, or you just need to go to the app permissions and select the camera first, and you have to check whether this particular option, like allow apps to access your camera, is enabled or disabled. In case if it's disabled, you just need to enable it, and then you have to perform the same activity for microphone. If it's if the option is So this is how you will be able to provide the permissions to access the camera and microphone, and then you can close this window. All right. Now, once you have checked the webcam and microphone functionality, you just need to go ahead and open the email that you have received in your email box and click on the start test when you which you have received in your email, right? So the start test button will allow you to take the actual assessment on the date and time scheduled on it. So after clicking on the start test button, you will be getting the same options or same windows like you did in while you're checking the system compatibility, and it will ask you to open the Metal Secure browser, and you will be able to launch the Metal Secure browser. So once you have clicked on the start test button on the date and time schedule date and time, you will get the same window in front of you where you have two options. One is to download the MSB and one is to proceed to the test. So right now you have already checked the system compatibility and downloaded and installed the Metal Secure browser, and your system is totally compatible to take the test. You may click on the proceed to test button, and again you will have to perform the same activities where it will ask you to close some of the applications which may be running in the background, and you have to close it by clicking on the OK button. So let me show you once again. So once you have launched the test, this particular page you will get in front of you, where you will be having two options. One is to download MSB and one is to proceed to test. So you just need to click on the proceed to test button and it will take you to this page where you have to, it will ask you to close the applications which may be running in the background. You have to just click on the OK button and the Metal Secure browser will try to close the running applications automatically. In case if you, after clicking on OK button, if you see this particular message again that prohibited processes are running, so you just need to go to your task manager and close the mentioned applications manually from the task manager, and then click on the OK button again. Once you have click on the OK button, you will get this particular page where you have to provide the camera permissions. Let me show you. So once the MSB Metal Secure browser is launched and your webcam and microphone will be working, your test will start loading like this. Okay, once you have enabled or once you have provided the permissions, or the system will access the camera and microphone, your test will start loading like this. And then once the test is loaded, this particular page will appear in front of you where you will find a next button. And by clicking on the next button, you will be like through the Metal platform to the next page where you will have the complete information around the assessment, like the test details, the total number of questions in the assessment, total duration of the assessment, some of the instructions that you need to read, like before you start the test. Like before starting the test, please close all the chat windows, screensavers, etc., and make sure that you have a stable internet connection, which is necessary in order to start the test. Then, while giving the assessment, kindly do not press F5 on your keyboard. It will cause it to end the test immediately. Then, if your computer system shuts down suddenly due to power cut or any other reason, you can resume the test from the same question that you were attempting earlier, and your previous answers are already saved. So these are some these are some instructions you need to read or need to follow. Also, along with these instructions, you need to make sure that you are not allowed to leave your test screen while you're giving the exam. You're not allowed to use any mobile device or any other gadgets while giving the exam. Also, you are supposed to carry the rough sheets and the stationery like pen and pencil or rough paper before starting the exam, so that you won't have to leave the test screen in the middle of the exam. Then on this particular page, you will have a few sectional details like if there are some sections in the assessment, you will have the information. How many sections are there? What kind of sections are there in the assessment? How many questions does each section contains, like and the time limit. In case if any section is timed, like out of the total duration, if there is a section time, this particular page have that particular information. So after going through the complete instructions and the information available on this particular page, you just need to click on the proceed button. So once you have clicked on the proceed button, the next page you will get is to provide your details, some mandatory details which are needed while you are starting the test. So you just need to provide your login ID, like the login ID which will be received or which will be shared by the Study in India team. You just need to enter that login ID like this. So whatever the login ID you receive at the time of the registration, so you will have to provide that login ID here. Okay, let me show you how. So and a login ID like this, you will have to enter here. Along with the login ID, you have to provide your date of birth. Like you just need to select the month, then you have to select the date and the year of your date of birth. Once you have selected all or you have filled this particular registration details, you just need to click on the option. Like there are some terms and conditions in order to start the test, and you just have to select the checkbox available on this particular page. Once you have selected the checkbox, the next button will be highlighted and you have to click on the next. So once you have entered your login ID and your date of birth, you have clicked on the next button, the next page you will get in front of you is to provide a snapshot of your face, which is not which is the next step, and you have to maintain yourself in the frame which is provided on this particular screen and click on the capture your face. So once you have clicked on the capture your face, it will take you to the next step where you have to click on the next button once you have captured your face. After capturing your face, you need to click on the next button, and then you have to the next step you have to provide any ID card. This particular step is not mandatory, so you can provide any ID card with your name on it and just click on the capture ID card. So it's not mandatory, so you can provide any ID card in front of this particular window. Then you have to click on the submit button, and this will help you starting the exam. So once you have submitted your snapshots, you just need to click on the submit button and it will start the process of initializing the test for you. On this particular page, you will get an option to select or choose the section which you want to attempt first out of the total number of sections. So on this page, you will have right now you have three different sections in this particular assessment. You can start the test from any of the sections. So suppose I have selected the quantitative aptitude assessment or this section and click on the start test button. Once you click on the start test button, a pop-up will come on in front of you where it will provide you the information that this particular session will be monitored and recorded, and this particular session or this platform will need a consent from your end to get this session monitored. So in order to start the test, you need to click on the proceed to test button, which will further proceed or process your test window, which will have questions on your computer screen right now. And on the left hand side, you will be having a question, and on the right hand side, you will be having options to select in the case of MCQ, in case you are attempting any other like if you are getting a long answer question, or if you have to attempt, or if you have a long answer question instead of the MCQ, you will have a text box to write your answer on this particular window. So once you are on the test screen where you will get questions, you will have different kind of features or different kind of options on the screen where you will get the information around the test contents of your assessment. So starting from the top, you will have the test name on the top like this, and on the left hand side corner, top left hand side corner, you have the section details, like how many sections are there, and you can select or switch between the sections from this particular drop down. So as of now, you are in the section 1 out of 2 sections, and you can switch it like this. If you want to go to the next section, you can just switch between the sections from this particular drop down menu by clicking on this arrow icon, and easily you can go ahead and go ahead to the next section. So on the right hand side, you have the total duration of the exam, where you will get the complete information around the time remaining of your assessment. Then just next to the timer, you have a finish test button, finish test button will finish your exam, but it will give you a pop-up, or it will give you a message that are you sure that you want to finish this test? And just next to the finish test, the message, you will get the complete summary of the attempts of your assessment, where you will get the summary according to the section, like how many questions you have attempted out of the total number of questions. So as of now, we haven't attempted any of the questions, so we can go ahead and cancel this option and go back to the test again. Then after the finish test button, you will have the question tab on the top right corner, where you will get the information like how many questions are there in this particular section, and out of the total number of questions, on which particular question you are right now. So right now we are on the first question, and you can switch between the questions by clicking on the question number given on the top. Then on the next option you have on the next option you have on the screen is the summary bar. Like this is summary tab or summary bar, where you will get the information how many questions are there in this section, and how many questions out of total number of questions, how many questions you have attempted. So once you have selected or attempted any question, the particular question on which you are right now, it will turn into green, and the not attempted question will remain in gray color. Okay. So similarly, on the summary bar, the questions, the number of questions you have attempted will be reflected in the green color, and the unattempted question will be reflected in the gray color. Okay. So now once you have selected or once you have attempted the other question, the bar will completely, or once you have attempted all the questions in this section, the bar will turn into the green color. That means you have attempted all the questions in the particular section. Now, in case if you find that the option which you have marked for this particular question is incorrect, or you want to change the option, or you want to change the response you have made, you can go ahead and select any other option as well instead of the answer you have selected earlier. Or you can clear the response as well. It will clear the response as well by clicking on the clear response option. Again, if you can see that bar is again turned into green for one question and gray for one question, because there are only two questions in this particular section. Then you have the option to mark the question as revisit. The revisit means in case if you have like answered this particular question, but or you do not know the answer right now of this particular question, you may mark this question as revisit, where once you have clicked on the revisit option, this particular question number will turn into orange color instead of gray, and the summary bar will reflect the revisit question in orange color as well. So once you have done with all the questions, and if you see that you have marked any questions as revisit, so you can just go to this particular question again by clicking on the orange bar, and it will take you to the particular question which has been marked as revisit, and you can select the appropriate answer if you know the answer, and unselect the revisit option so that it will be counted as an attempted question. So once you have attempted all the questions of the section, the summary bar will turn into the green color. Next, you have the option of a calculator, an on-screen scientific calculator, on which on the top right-hand corner of your screen, the calculator will help you calculating the mathematical equations, where you can use this particular question or use this particular calculator for your reference in order to calculate any mathematical equation. So this calculator will help you out calculating the mathematical equations. Okay, so this is how you will be able to attempt the first section. Then at the bottom right corner of your screen, as you can see, there's an option, there's a button which says next question. Okay, so you can either switch between the questions from this particular tab where the question numbers are written, or you can directly click on the next question button at the bottom right corner of your screen to switch between the questions. Now, once you have attempted all the questions, the button will be changed from next question to next section. That means you have attempted or you have reached to the end of the last or till to the last question of this particular section. So once you have clicked on the next section, it will take you to the next section of this particular assessment, where you have to follow the same process to answer the questions, and you can switch between the questions from the top question bar at the top, and you have a similar kind of calculator in this section as well, where you can use this calculator to answer or to calculate the mathematical equations. And you have the summary bar at the top, where you can check the complete summary of your attempts. So let me go ahead and quickly answer all the questions. Then once you have attempted all the, or once you have reached to the last question of this particular section as well, in case if there are any more sections in the assessment, you will get a next section button here at the bottom. In case if it's the last section of your assessment, you will get the, or you will, you can go ahead and click on the finish test button, and then it will again give you the same summary of your attempts of the total number of questions you have attempted in this particular assessment. So as of now, we have attempted all the questions in this particular assessment. You may go ahead and finish the test. Also, to inform you that at any time, in case if you find any trouble while installing or while downloading or while attempting the assessment, you have a provision to call on our support number, which is mentioned at the bottom here. That is 8287803040. So anytime if you face any trouble while giving or while attempting or while initializing with the test or installing the Metal Secure browser, you can go ahead and call on this number. We are available, or our Metal support executives are available to help you out fixing each and every issue you will face while installing MSP or while giving the exam. Also, you can drop an email on support@metal.com, and we'll revert you with the appropriate response and with the appropriate troubleshooting according to the concern raised by you. So once you have gone through all the questions, or once you have attempted all the questions, you may click on the finish test button. And once you have gone through the summary, that summary of your attempts, you may go ahead and click on the finish test button. After clicking on the finish test button, you have to wait for some while or some time. Like at that point of time, the system is capturing or saving your responses. After that, you will have a page where you can provide your feedback in case if you want, and then you can click on submit option. So once you have clicked on submit option, you will be like finishing or completing your exam, and then you may close this particular browser. That means you have submitted your exam and you have completed the test properly.